feel like justice was served. There's no winners in this at all, but justice was served. Just remembering that night, just seeing how things could have went differently. Seems like people could have reacted differently. All this would be avoided. For me, it changed a lot of the things that I do and handle in life, as far as handling situations, dealing with pedestrians, dealing with different patrons in the club and stuff like that. Just learn how to diffuse and basically come out with a better outcome that we had with the situation. So I'm just glad that it's all over. We got justice for Ty. That was the main thing, like our main mission. We're getting justice for Ty, and now it's spiraled into educating everyone in the city, you know what I'm saying, about gun violence, because it is serious. People die every day and it's still going on. So this right now is just a small victory amongst a major war that we're fighting.
I'm Aaliyah Strong, as I'm sure all of you may know. We're just happy with the outcome. We hate how long it took to get to this point, and of course the backlog in the justice system. But I do feel like, we got some sort of justice for Ty. I hate that we have to see another black man go into the system. And there were multiple families affected by what happened. But I think, we've grown over the last few years. We've been able to help out in the community. And I think it says a lot to be able to come back even to this location with, not just a few steps away, where Ty was killed almost 3 years ago. And I just hope that this story and just the people who've watched this journey with us know how much gun violence is affecting our communities. And, it's just been a hard process. It's been a lot of hard work. Sometimes you feel like you're in the battle alone. There's been times where I've done press conferences and it's just been me, right? And so, it just feels good to have a network of support through this journey. We've been able to hold our heads high through the entire process, and we do hope that for the defendant, Damon Wilson, is able to take something from this situation, and hopefully at the end of his time incarcerated, he'll be able to come out of society as a better person and be able to help someone else not have to go through what we experienced. But I know Ty's watching over us throughout this entire journey, and just excited, a breath of fresh air, and we will use the end of this year to heal and go into 2025 on a fresh start. And while not moving on from Ty, but moving forward with everything we learned from him. Thankful we had a chance to experience him. And I do want to say this for the record: we had a lot of great times in this place, made a lot of money. And so it wasn't all bad. And so we don't want to just remember Ty for that one moment, but we want to remember everything he was as a person. And even though Encore is now closed, this was a place where we once were a big family and shared a lot of great memories. And so we just hold that near and dear. And hopefully one day you'll see this location turn into something, a survivor space or some type of organization that can take over and support families throughout Metro Atlanta. And so excited for what's to come, and yeah.
So what has the last week been like for you guys?
For me, it's been, just flashbacks of anything, because, I was really close to the situation. So, it could have been me. And I always think that in my head, the back of my head, and that kind of always lies in the back of my head, because I could have been the one at the door instead of Ty. Like, the roles could have been versus, like, switched. So, for me, it just remembering, seeing flashbacks of that moment, but also remembering moments where I can remember moments of Ty and him being himself. That, like I said, many people never really even got to know Ty because he was so, reserved. So just seeing those moments, just bringing back flashbacks and whatnot. So that's how it's been for the past week for me.
I was going to ask you, were you surprised that on the day of jury selection the deal had been made?
Oh, I was very surprised. I got to court early yesterday, preparing for a trial. Really was preparing this whole week, and found out he took a plea about 30 minutes before jury selection was about to begin, and so it was a huge shock because he had plenty of time to take the plea. But ultimately, we were glad that this case was able to come to an end and give us some type of closure and ability to be able to move forward. So.
The only thing I think we need to do now is your names and your relations and our titles if you have any.
Okay.
Spell your first name and last name.
My name is Anthony Wells, Anthony Wells. Currently, I do still work for a security company. I'm actually handling and just putting in forward just ideas to kind of make the club life and the nightlife a little bit safer as well. And also work at Verizon.
I am Aaliyah Strong. I was a former bottle girl. I'm the founder and executive director of Time to Thrive Beyond Grief, and I am the late fiance of Ty. And so,
can you spell your first name and last name?
Oh, Aaliyaah, last name Strong, Strong.
Anybody else that want to speak, or you two in?
Y'all want to speak? I don't know if they do, but you can get clips of us like talking or something. We all have our Time to Thrive shirts.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay. Look at everybody like.